Hello everybody, Mr. Garzio again. Today's YouTube video is brought to you by Science. Stay at home, be safe, social distance, do what you have to do. I'm not wearing this the entire time. That's not happening. When I go outside, yes. Now, no. Anyway, today I want to talk to you guys about your climate change poster. That's going to be coming up. It's going to be due next Monday. Ms. Glass and I have worked together on this, so this is what we're doing. You are going to be given a blank sheet like this. Okay, this sheet right here, it's very, bland, whatever. You can change the background. I just have it so it's not white just for right now. The only thing that makes this special, which is why I'm going to give you this, is because the size is different. The size is 11 by 15. It is meant to be poster size. So if you kind of think about it, if you were to get two pieces of regular printer paper and you kind of stick them together and you tape them, that's what this would print out to be. Okay? That's the purpose of this. So it's 11 by 15. It's a good size for posters. And I just want to explain to you how you're going to go about it. So right now, there's going to be a Google, it's going to be just like the HyperDoc where I'm going to send it all in one unit or in one post. You're going to get onto it, you're going to work on it, and this is going to be a summative assessment, so it does count for a lot. So quick public service announcement before I get into it. Do your work. And if there's trouble doing it, email me. I'm getting a lot of emails saying, hey, I did it, can you fix it? Yes. I believe it or not, I actually want you, if I mark as 0 because it's a placeholder 0 and you just didn't do something, let me know that you did it, and so then I can just go fix it. All right, that's totally fine. I'm on board with it, but communicate with me. All right, work with me and I'll work with you. The instructions before we go any further. Oh, this is your thing. Okay, that was your HyperDoc. All right. You will be creating a digital climate change poster. You must follow the rubric provided below. Please use the rubric when creating your assignment to ensure a good grade. You should have a section describing and defining climate change and how humans are worsening or contributing to the problem. Add major factors that are either man-made or naturally occurring that is adding to global warming. Finally, you must highlight one of the 3 mitigation techniques that were discussed in the HyperDoc. You must choose one. Okay, so either this one, the CCS, geoengineering, carbon offsets. You're going to pick one of those and you're going to put that on your poster. So you're going to have, climate change, what's happening, what is it, what are we doing to it, and then what is one method of potentially saving or helping. Carbon offset, right? So all 3 of these are written about in your textbook as well. So the textbook's actually a pretty good source. You don't need it, but you can use it. And I took these 3 from the textbook, so you can always go there. All right. You're going to pick one of those. It requires you to show the understanding of climate change causes and techniques that are being used for mitigation. This checklist, great way for you to look at it. So not only is there a rubric on the very bottom on the 3rd slide, but there's a checklist for you. Now you're going to have sources. You're going to have to put hyperlinks. You guys know how to put hyperlinks, right? You're just going to go to the bar up here. You're going to copy it, and then you're going to plug it in. All right, so make sure there's a hyperlink in your poster. I want you to define climate change in your own words. Somewhere on your page, there's got to be a definition or a description of climate change in your own words. Stop copying and pasting, some of you. How humans are contributing to climate change. All right, give me 3 ways, ways we're doing and making it worse. So you can list that. You can draw. You can find pictures. You can find graphs and kind of just show it. That'd be great if you can give me images. Make this really creative. And then factors that are either man-made or naturally occurring that contribute to global warming. So give me 3 factors, and that means like, for instance, if you watch the videos, you'll notice that when we're creating or we're clear-cutting forests, that does something. That's a factor. Okay, what does that do? Like, what does that factor mean? All right, so when we have volcanic eruptions, that's another factor. When sea ice melts, like these are things that you can talk about. Just don't say, hey, this is it. You have to show me understanding. If you show understanding, then you can get full credit. All right. Section 2. So if it were me, I would look at this and I would kind of break up my poster in two. Okay. So some of them, just again, don't look at these very specifically, but some of these have like, here's a top and a bottom version, right? Like you can break it up, put some top, bottom. None of these really focus exactly what I'm asking you, so you can't just like take someone's and like plug it in. But see how these are all examples of you like creating a like, there's two different sides. Ooh, don't do that one. Okay, but that's what I'm talking about, right? So perfect example. So summer, winter. See how there's like two sides to. So if you can do two sections, that'll really make your life easier. Where am I at here? Here we go. In section 2. Okay, use 2 hyperlinks as well. Make sure that when you're posting something that you're doing it, all right, and make sure that you're creating information. Choose one of the 3 mitigation techniques. Okay. Which one do you choose? Click. Did you do carbon? Did you do geoengineering, carbon offsets, especially geoengineering? There are so many different types of geoengineering. Pick one. Maybe you want to do cloud seeding. Maybe you want to do biofuels. Maybe you want to do, again, the videos talk about it. There's a bunch of those options. So just kind of pick one and run with it, and describe the one that you picked in a paragraph. All right. So you're going to get a summative assessment grade for finding a bunch of cool pictures, making some graphics, right? Putting it all together and writing probably total up here a small paragraph and down here a paragraph. So in a 2-paragraph with a bunch of pictures and images to prove that you understand what we're doing, you can get a good grade for a summative assessment, like a test grade, right? Here is the rubric, okay? 4 points earned for each. Evidence of understanding, simply put, contains relevant key facts and details, very informative. The subject fully understands the mitigation technique chosen, so you fully understand what you've given me. The next one, student took information and transformed it into their own words. So I'm checking to make sure that you are using your own words. Creativity, okay? And by the way, real quick, use your own words. You're allowed to quote people. Just make sure you quote it and give me the source. You can say like, CCS is good for the for Texas because of the when like you cite a source, that's fine. Then just talk about it. But you have to quote it. If you don't quote it and you don't show me any of your own words on top of it, then you're not going to get full credit for it. Creativity, guys, you should know what this is. Make it purdy. Use of resources, that's simple enough. Did you give me the 4? 2 and 2, 2 in the first section and 2 in the second section. I'm looking for hyperlinks that I can go in and I can click. Grammar and mechanics, almost no errors. Okay? This matters. You're doing something online, you should be able to tell. There should be something that tells you, hey, I'm not doing, grammatically this is incorrect. All right? If you're going to do something like this and I wanted to show this to someone else, I don't want to have you guys typing is bad, climate change is bad, and then like you misspell stuff or you don't capitalize. Like, make it look like if your name's on this, which it is, and I want to send this to say the supervisor or to, and I'm not saying that I'm going to, but if I'm going to, you better make sure that this stuff is looking good. All right? Hopefully that's fine. All right, I'm going to go to this. How to actually work on this. Okay, so here's the big thing. My biggest suggestion for you would be, first off, see these up here? There's a text box, insert image, whatever it might be. If you want to insert image, right, you can do that. You can find these things, right? Find on the web. I can go over here. We did this in class the other day where you press the explore button, which is this thing down here, right? I could do that. Search for images. Let's find, make this interesting. The Earth melting, right? Something fun, some eye-catching. Look at that. Okay. All right. So I am starting off with the Earth melting. Okay. I'm going to add a text box to really highlight this. I'm going to put my text box here. Let's kind of move this guy over here. Sorry about that. My text box is still there. I'm going to say climate change is warming the planet at an exponential rate. Oh, look, I misspelled it. Look, red lines. Right click, exponential. Good. Okay, now, see how that's smaller than normal? That's because this is a bigger piece of paper, but it still gives you the same stuff. So I can fit a whole bunch of work on here because really, when I go to put this up here, let's say I want to tilt it. I want to make this kind of crazy. I want to make this interesting. Look, I'm tilting it here. I'm squeezing this down. Okay, I'm making this middle. Alright, look, I'm going nuts here. Nothing crazy. Again, you can do so many different things. I can change the background if I wanted to like a green. Look, okay, so that's cool. Go back to my words. I want to change this. Instead of Arial, let's make it into shadows into the light. Let's make it 48 font. Oh, a little too much. 30 font. Spread you out a little more. Okay. Bold. Change your color. Change it to like a red. Alright. There's so many different things that I can do to edit this. I can add a box around it if I really wanted to. Like, again, these are just things that I can play with. Border color. Let's make, instead of transparent, let's make that like a deep red as well. See how it's a deep, okay, now that I have that, let's make that thick. Look. And now I'm going to start, I can go find a graph. Look. Warming trend graph. Look at these images. Alright, I need to know what I'm talking about first off. So I need to find out what this is. But temperature anomaly per year. Alright, this is the anomaly. So this is if my normal is 0, okay, my assumed normal temperature is 0, it's shooting up year by year. So back in the 40s, I'm going to say that's year 0 because that was normal. And then we had a lot of industrial revolution. We had a lot of, we just started pumping more and more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. This makes sense. Okay, copy image. All right, and by the way, I need to cite where I'm getting it from. I don't like that it's coming from Skeptical Science, but let's just to show you, right? Oh, wrong one again. Here, paste. Look at that. Make that smaller. Okay. And my first thing I'm going to do is text box, and I'm talking about climate change. Climate change. All right. Now, the one thing that I do want to do with this right here, okay, I want to find, so I took this from a website right here. Click that. So there's a button on the bottom, Skeptical Science. Somewhere, look, here we go. Somewhere on this page is going to be my image. I may have passed it, whatever it is. It's somewhere on here, right? Because that's where I took it from. There's a bunch over here. Okay. Anyway, right, so I know it came from this because that's what it's, I'm going to copy that link, copy it, and I'm going to magically put it right in here, and I'm going to paste it. Paste this link, look. Look what I have to do. Pasted link. I now have that. And then I say climate change definition. Climate change is the warming, and then blah, 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 keep going. And I'm going to make that my part 1, and then somehow part 2, maybe I'll even make a box on the bottom. I'll do something on the bottom. I'll make this work. Now, in terms of, for you, like those words might be small, but I want you to remember that when I'm going and grading this, oh, coming in, sorry, here we go, view, I'm going to zoom at 100%. I'm going to be scrolling. So when I actually zoom in, everything looks much bigger. And that's where I'm at. This is what I'm going to be grading it on. So if it's too small at 100%, so if you go to view, zoom, Fit is what we see the entire screen. View, zoom, 100%, that's what I'm grading it on. So if you'll see, 14 font area is more than large enough or small. It's perfect, right? That's totally fine. So you can do that then, all right? Just remember, you want to zoom out if you want to take a look at it, but if it is like 6 font, I can't see anything, right? Like, don't do that. Keep it around 12 to 18. That's probably a good size, unless you're trying to make a title. And again, I probably would do this a little further up, move this further up, just to make this, and then, you know, start typing stuff around here. Maybe shrink that. And again, this is me playing around with it. So this is an assessment that needs to be done, that needs to be, require some effort. And let me just go here. Okay, and checklist, getting it done. I have to show that I have understanding. I have to use my own words, right? I have to use creativity. I have to use my resources. Make sure I highlight. I use art. There's one right there for you. And grammar and mechanics. I need to make sure that if I see the red line or the blue line underneath, I check it to make sure that I'm not making a mistake, right? Let's change this back to 12. Okay, so that's it. That is this. Now the other thing. If you want to do a poster, if you have the means and would like to do a poster on a piece of paper, if you want to do it, sorry, I'm off screen here. If you want to do it on pieces of paper, maybe printer paper, if you have construction paper, that would be awesome. I think I mentioned this earlier, but you can easily get 2 pieces of paper and you would tape it together. And that would create, this is 11 by 14 or 11 by 15. So this is pretty much the exact same size. So this is what we're working on right now. Something like that's this size, right? Okay. Now, if you want to do it on paper, here's what you have to do. You need to contact both. If you're in period 2 or period 7, you contact me. If you're in any other class that has Miss Glass, you are contacting me and Miss Glass. We need to know that you're doing it because I don't want to give you a 0 if I see no work, but I know that you're doing it online. So you're going to end up creating it at home on a sheet, and we'll help you out with that on a physical piece of paper, especially if you have arts and craft supplies. Go for it, and then you're just going to take a picture and you're going to submit it that way. That's a good option. If you're someone who's tired of doing all this online stuff and you have some supplies, me personally, that'd be fun, but I know that my house is not cleaner since I've been home the entire time, and having all these supplies would make me go crazy. So I'd prefer digital, but I know that there's many people that would prefer physical copies. So you can do that, okay? So again, contact us if you're interested in doing the offline option. We need to talk to you about it. I'm 100%. I would love to see your artistic ability. Even if you're not artistic, you can like print out pieces and snip it on. Like, you don't have to be super artsy to just want to do something on a piece of paper, and that's totally fine. To be honest, if this were in class, it would be a physical copy anyway. It's just we're now remote learning. Every day from 2 to 2:45, Miss Glass and or I have a meeting for you to talk to us if you need to. From 2 to 2:45, she sent you out the links. You can reach out to her. Every Friday is our class check-in. So if you have a question and you want to talk to us, we're available. I guess you'd call it office hours every 2 o'clock. All right. And if you can't get that or you don't know what I'm talking about, send me an email or Miss Glass an email, and we'll like resend you the link for it. And then again, every 2:45, every 2 to 2:45 every day, we have our meeting. All right. So, any questions, concerns, you got to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help. Sorry that it took so long to send this one out. It's not early in the day, but yeah, if you have any questions, reach out to us. You're going to be working on this. This is going to be your first test grade. Someone set for the 4th marking period. You got to get it done. All right. Stay safe, and I will see all of you hopefully sooner than later. All right. Take care, guys.